Right, we're back for another video, and you know that I like to meet interesting people, and Andy got in touch and said him and his lovely wife, Kendal, were on A Place in the Sun. And you know, I get excited when I know people have been on TV. So you guys were on the actual show, Place in the Sun, here in Lanzarote.
Yeah, that was our chosen place.
Wow. Wow.
2015 recorded?
Filmed, yeah.
So it was 2015 that you recorded it, but I think, was it on in 2016, in January, I do
it's
believe?
Quite quick, actually, because I recorded it November 2015, and we're actually on it January 2016, at the end of January.
Wow.
So it was very quick.
Yeah,
Wow. And this was with Johnny Irving, which you said that he actually passed away this year, didn't he? Which I didn't know.
Unfortunately, he was diagnosed with cancer, and it was fairly quick.
How terrible. Yeah, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that. And The Place in the Sun has also done a lot over here. There's always, and the minute something comes on A Place in the Sun, it's on Facebook. Lanzarote's on Place in the Sun. So it's probably repeated quite a lot.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So do you get to see it again when you're sort of watching TV?
Never
Does it come
watched
up?
it again.
No, you only watch it once.
They sent us like a DVD of it, didn't they?
Yeah.
And then occasionally on Facebook, I'm on Facebook,
Yeah.
I get messages from friends saying, Kendal, you're on was it A Place in the Sun again? And it's back on again.
You're on again, it's been repeated. Oh
Actually,
my
there's
God.
quite an amusing other thing, because Kendal's a healthcare assistant in a local hospital.
Yeah.
And she was, well, you tell the story.
Yeah, I was actually on the ward at the time, and this sort of young boy came out, and a young boy came out running and said, Nurse, you're on the telly, you're on the telly.
No way. So he was watching it in the hospital.
Watching it at the time.
How freaky would that be, that the nurse is on the telly? You'd be like, blooming hell. Well, that's it. Once you get a little bit of airtime, that's it. You're sort of a local celebrity, aren't you? I mean, I was on that Jane McDonald for about 3 seconds, but people always say, saw you on Jane McDonald. It's crazy.
Disappearing spoon.
We were in Bijou, I was in Bijou Bridget, and Andy was waiting outside. I love Bijou Bridget.
Yeah.
And
what's that?
It's
a shop.
It's a middle-level town.
Oh, I've switched off already. Is that here?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
And Andy was waiting outside, and this lady came out and went up to Andy and said, "You're in A Place in the Sun, weren't you?" And Andy said, "Yes." He said, "I recognise your wife's laugh."
They all recognise the laugh. Look, well, they're all gonna recognise you now. So look, you had a look at a few properties. I've had a look at the website, and there was like five properties, and they actually showed you one on this complex, didn't they?
Yeah, the last one, property 5.
And this is so. Just for those that are watching, this is your place. So you bought this place, but it wasn't the one that was on the show.
No.
So a couple of questions. First of all, how did you get on A Place in the Sun? Did you apply?
It was an horrible, wet, grey February afternoon.
As always.
I thought, I'd just seen a programme, and I thought, well, I'll have a look on the website. Downloaded the form, filled it in, and thought, no, it's not too bad. I sent it off and forgot about it. Nothing for months.
Yeah.
And then, October, I think, that same year, I got a call saying, oh, this is A Place in the Sun. We might be interested in following up on your application. And I was, after falling off my stool, because I hadn't heard anything for so long.
But were you looking at the time for places?
No.
Oh, so you'd sort of just...
It was a fire and forget.
Wow.
And then it came out of the blue. And to be honest, we wouldn't have bought this had we not been on the programme.
So they basically forced you to buy a place, really?
Almost, yeah, almost. Well, and Kendal. So they phoned me up and said, oh, we'd like to ask you some questions. So she asked me some questions, and I texted Kendal and said, only text message, oh, you might get a phone call.
Yeah, and by that time it was like too late, so I'd already got the phone call, so I wasn't expecting it, because he didn't tell me that he'd applied.
No, I didn't tell her I'd applied, it would just be in the dark.
I was just like finished nights, and I was like,
And that was it? Boom.
Well, no, there's quite a long road then, because when we said, yeah, okay, we're interested, they said, oh, we have to give you a screen test. So we had to go up to West Drayton, I think it was.
Somewhere, I can't remember.
This little complex, and there was loads of people in rooms, all looking at the camera and being asked questions. So we had a bit of a joke and a laugh with them, and they said, okay, that's it, 40 minutes, and bye-bye. Again, thought that was over, and they contacted us a couple of weeks later and said, yeah, we'd like to send somebody over to film some backgrounds where you live.
Wow.
And then they contacted us again after that and said, yeah, right, you're going to go. So they sent us a contract, and I read through the contract and thought, no, I'm not having that. there was a couple of clauses in there I didn't like, so I said, no, I'm not. So, look, it's not real. So okay, so they sent a revised contract, and right at the top it said, please be aware this is not a property finding programme, it's an entertainment programme.
Ah, okay.
So that's how they get out of not being held responsible if anything goes wrong.
So you read the contract, see, I'd have just signed it. I wouldn't have even done it. I'd have just scanned to the bottom and gone, yeah, there you go.
But yeah, once we'd done that, they then gave us an itinerary, so they paid for flights there and back, lunch, and that was it, wasn't it?
Just we only had flights and hotel.
And, accommodation.
Which we stayed about a week longer, didn't we?
Yeah. So
as well, and they bought us lunch. I mean, we went to. They took us to was it La Taberna in the marina, which we found is quite a nice.
Good town.
Oh yeah,
it's quite expensive as well.
Yeah. I'd have picked the expensive places. Oh wow, so you got spoiled then?
You got spoiled, yeah.
Well, I'm not surprised if you've made them. You made the show, don't you? This is the thing. I mean, if you're part of the show, you're the person. They can't do it without you, can they? Otherwise, it's just them walking around showing property. So always at the end of the show, they sit down, don't they? And they say, "Do you want to put an offer in?" Everything. Did you do that at the time?
Johnny, brilliant as he was, he kind of bullied us into it. I think bullied me into it. Kendal would have put an offer in straight away. I think he spotted that we wanted to do it and we were a bit wary, so he said, "Yeah, you can do it." So the property was actually just over the road, away from the pool.
So it was in this complex.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think I can't remember I think it was 105,000 euros was the offer. But it belonged to an Irish lady who was still in Ireland and she was away, so they couldn't get the answer on the camera, which annoyed them a little bit. Oh. Because normally they like to have the negotiation.
So they weren't going through an agent or anything. They weren't like.
Apparently not.
But even if you'd have said at the time and put the offer in, I mean, it's not legally binding. I bet that's why you read the contract, isn't it? So how did the show end? Did it we can't get in touch with them, and then the titles come on?
Quite often during the editing, they catch up and they say this is what happened, but they never did for whatever reason. It just left hanging.
So you got cold feet then. You thought, I don't really want to do that. But then what happened? So after that, how come? Well, you're here.
Kendal. The filming was done in November 2015, and then so we got back the end of November and then December, and Kendal was like absolutely distraught.
No, I wasn't distraught. I was just like a bit. I wasn't aware.
She was being very quiet, which is a sign of saying I'm not happy. And I thought, have I made a mistake? Because have I? So I kept in contact with the agent who administered this complex, and I said, look, is there anything else for sale on the complex?
Yeah.
And he said, well, there's another one that's for sale that I talked to them about, but they didn't want to. They had a look inside, and they didn't want to show it because it was such a mess. And they didn't think it would look good on film.
Yeah.
So I said, can you send me some pictures? So he sent me some pictures, and this was after Christmas. And he said, because I talked to the guy a couple of times, and he seemed like a really good guy. He's Brummie, I think he was.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. We're all right from there. We're all right from there.
So New Year's Eve, we were a bit down, and I hadn't told Kendal this. So New Year's Eve morning, I gave her this piece of paper.
And this piece of paper said, it was about having sort of bought the property, not the property, or put the deposit down, whatever. Yeah. And I just had no idea whatsoever. I just burst into tears.
Oh, bless.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
So yes, we hadn't seen it, nothing.
How exciting. That's cool.
Well, yeah, and a little bit scary.
Yeah.
And then we came out in February and saw it. And then
Kendal went, yay, and I went, oh God, what have I done?
Oh no, well that's it, once you've gone, that's it, once you've committed, that's it. So on the actual show, because I always watch the show and, I always get, without sounding like a sexist pig, because I am anyway, it's always the women that are always yapping all the way around. I haven't seen your programme, but what I find is, The guy's always walking around going, oh, that looks nice. No, I don't like that. And whoever's presenting, he's always just focused straight on the woman. Or straight on the woman. What do you think of this? Because
they know who's got control.
They know exactly. So was it you talking all the way around?
Not really. I mean, they sort of,
I'm going to have to watch
some
it.
Some people think, I said to Andy, with the last property, obviously in Playa Blanca, I said, I said, if you really, really love me, if you really love me.
If you really love me, we'll buy this.
Wow.
How do you respond to that?
Well, there you go. But it's always the woman that makes the decision. Well, we always lived up by Porta del Carmen area and Tias, and when we were looking to buy, because we were renting, it was always Mrs. TravelON. I don't want to live in Playa Blanca. It's too far away. And we went around looking at loads of houses. No. And I'm there looking at derelict houses. I think guys can see the vision, and they say that could be. No, I don't want that. And then in the end, I found the one in Playa Blanca, and I said, come on, let's just go and have a look at it. And it was like, oh, I really like it.
Yeah.
I was like, we've spent 2 years looking around that area. You saying you never want to go to Playa Blanca. So which one did you fall in love with? One on this complex?
I just wanted.
Or you wanted all of them? And the pool is literally over there. Should we go and have a look at the pool?
Yeah.
Come on, and then we can do like a real place in the sun, but switch it round instead of the presenter showing the place. You can show us. Come on, we're going to have a look at the pool over there. Right then, come on. This is you on a place in the sun, but the other way round. Take us for a little walk around your lovely complex here. Come on.
So this is our casa that we bought.
It's beautiful.
And it leads straight out with a view to the pool complex. So the complex is about 34 properties, I think. They're nearly all one beds.
Come on, let's head over this way.
Look.
So when you did this properly with a place in the sun, they would have had a big camera and everything.
Yeah.
Not like a Mr. TravelON mini camera.
We had a children's pool.
Oh, there was a children's pool here.
There used to be a children's pool, but they put that in. Oh. And then they didn't have them in first water, they didn't have this fence.
Oh wow, look at this.
So it's not heated, unfortunately. It can get a bit cold.
Oh, but it's nice though, isn't it? And it's so peaceful here.
Yeah, it's a lovely position, lovely place.
Wow. So this is why you wanted a pool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, when you live on a complex like this and you've got a pool, it's a great thing because it gets clean for you. When you live in a place with your own pool, it's just like a money pit because all you do is clean it.
That has crossed my mind.
And you never get in it. I mean, it's just ridiculous. But when you've got one like this, you can just come for a little dip where you want, and it doesn't cost you anything. Well, obviously, it costs you you have to pay like a community fee, don't you, in these sort of places?
That's a good point, actually. That's something we hadn't considered when we bought.
Yeah. There's always a monthly fee, isn't there?
Yeah, and there are quite often things that people get to vote on, have an AGM.
Yeah.
And you can get forced to pay for things you don't necessarily.
Yeah, always. I know the score. I live in a complex as well. So all of these houses will pay a certain amount per month. Yeah. But it does keep the maintenance of the place, doesn't it?
Yeah, and the gardening's done all covered, and any
lovely.
pool problems are all sorted out. And it's it's a nice little sun trap.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. So peaceful as well. And right, as you said, right located, right by the harbour. You've got the Spa supermarket as well, right opposite.
That's really handy.
That is really handy.
And there's a shortcut just down there to Flamingo Beach. It takes 5 minutes to get there.
Yeah. It's beautiful. I love it. Right, come on, and let's head back over there and we can just see.
Oh, look, there's a door.
Out the gate, look. So this is it, out the gate, and there's yours just on the corner there. And it's good because you've only got one neighbour each side. You've only got one neighbour, so you
so nothing above, no one below.
No. Semi-detached.
Yes,
fantastic.
Almost sounds flash, doesn't
And
it?
which one was the one that you saw on Place in the Sun? Was it a little bit further up?
Yeah, it was that one over there. So it's across a road.
Oh.
And subsequently they've fenced the whole area in. They were told they had to.
Oh, right.
So actually, had we bought that one, you'd have to go through 2 coded gates to get in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So there was some luck, and
yeah, we love it, absolutely love it here.
Oh, fantastic. Well, I'm glad it all worked out well for you. Right then, because you've invited me around to talk about a place in the sun, people invite me around to have a look at their hotel rooms or the places that they're staying on holiday. But this was a little bit different to find out how to move abroad, some of the legal things and the challenges that you might face, and of course to find out about being a place in the sun. I think I'm going to have to start applying for these reality TV shows because it just sounds cool. I think I'm going to start on Dragon's Den or The Apprentice. I did apply for The Apprentice many moons ago. That's a different story. I never got on it. But we've got you
Yay!
a little housewarming present. It's a few years late, but a little housewarming present for you from me and Mrs. TravelON. Get them open. If you do invite me round for a little chat or a terrace talk, as we call it, you get the official Mr. TravelON mug. And you get to become part of the mug club. And like you just said, you get my mug on your mug and my face on your case as well. Now look.
Oh, thank you very much.
And them, I don't know which people want more, the stickers or the mugs these days.
Well, I like the box as well.
Well, there you go. Yeah, Mrs. TravelON makes all them, so you can put them in the kitchen in there. And you're rocking and rolling. But honestly, it's so good to meet people and unusual stories.
Yeah.
And what an unusual story as well, from a place in the sun to almost buying on a place in the sun. So for those of you that do see these two around and about, you don't have to ask the question now, did you buy in the end? You literally, you know the answer. So you know exactly that they did, but they didn't. Yes. We did, but we didn't. But at least you did it and you've made the plunge. Yeah. And you're here now.
Yeah, love it.
But honestly, thank you so much for showing me around. It's been an absolute pleasure to meet you. From me, Mr. TravelON, it's goodbye. If you want to be part of the Mug Club, get in contact. I'll try and schedule a little visit. We just about made it because I'm heading to England soon. So, next week. Only for a week.
On holiday?
No, working. But from me, Mr. TravelON, it's goodbye. And from these two lovely people,
hi. Bye.
See you later. It's just like a place in the sun, isn't it? See you soon.